Welcome everyone to the CBC 2020. This is the annual conference of the Construction Blockchain Consortium. I'll give a little bit of introduction of what is going to happen today and tomorrow, a little bit of background what the CBC is and about myself. And after that, we'll have the opening keynote from Professor Philip Treleaven at UCL. A little bit about myself. I'm Dr. Abel Maciel. I'm a senior research associate at the Bartlett School of Architecture, but I do collaborate quite a lot with the Bartlett Faculty of the Built Environment in general, with computer science and with UCL neuroscience. So mainly I direct the consortium. I also have my consultancy on computational design. We also deliver projects worldwide. And I'm the UCL Linux Foundation Hyperledger academic member. My research at UCL, it's really about design and choice. So I look at things like artificial intelligence and machine learning, human-computer interaction, computer-supported collaborative work and collaborative design, project information modeling and build information modeling, behavior modeling and game theory. And now with the advent of the construction blockchain, I'm doing a lot of research on distributed ledger technologies in general and blockchain. I'm a member of the Center for Blockchain Technologies at UCL, which is, I believe, the biggest and one of the first centers for blockchain research in Europe. And I'm also quite involved with the Accord project, especially the construction work group. The Accord project we'll discuss a little bit later. It's a open source project for a domain-specific language for computational legal contracts, but also look into other things like integration of computational legal contracts with everyday business productivity tools like a Word and Microsoft project, etc. So a little bit more about the Construction Blockchain Consortium. The consortium was established or started in 2018. This was something that Philip initiated with Professor Alan Penn, and I was invited to join. And the idea of the consortium is really to support knowledge transfer, arrange commercial and academic presentations, assess and test commercial services and technologies, and conduct research and drive policy, regulation, and understanding of this radical technology. And we're trying to understand how blockchain is going to affect the construction sector. So just going back, this is a picture of our conference last year in Paris, jointly with the Center for Science and Technology of Buildings in France. We received great support of the CSTB and managed to have some really engaging discussion and also display and elaborate on some proof of concepts we've been developing. So a little bit more about the Construction Blockchain Consortium structure. So we have a lead. This is Professor Philip Treleaven, Professor Alan Penn, and myself. And we have a steering committee. This is an internal committee. And we have an admin and coordination team. This is Leo part-time or almost like 4 days a week now. And also Eleni Papadonikolaki and Professor Daniel Hall at ETH Zurich. So the lead and the coordination team collaborates with the UK Parliament. We'll have a talk of the blockchain cross-parliamentary group later on today. And we collaborate with our partners, members, and the community in general. And the internal committee also contributes to that collaboration. And then the admin team deals with the communications and the many activities we have. So the main things we do is to look into different technologies. So we have subgroups, we have work streams. They are members, partners, and members of the internal committee. And we look mainly into things like build information modeling, supply chains, legal tech, and fintech. And on the output of all this the deliverables are white papers. We are trying to publish a white paper every year or every year and a half, and academic publications in general, and technology projects. And of course, we try to feed this back into policy and regulation. In terms of more tech-based activities, we have an ongoing code base at GitHub. We have a number of events for people to come along and learn how to develop a smart contract or code smart contracts and contribute to the code base. And we have this annual conference. Our community now is about 2,000 people, and they have a very diverse background. Some are developers, some are project managers in the construction sector, some are large corporations, people from companies like IBM, Oracle, etc. So what the CBC is doing is, in many ways, is to look at design tech, tools like a build information modeling, which is a design tech that is gradually becoming more and more a management tech. But we look at how consultants in the industry put projects together, and then we add the coating, if you like, this layer of management tech. And we also add this layer of fintech, and we see how fintech can enhance processes in how we design and construct buildings. Then we also, of course, very interested in legal tech that relies a lot on exchange of value, and this is in essence the fintech, if you see from a simplistic point of view, and specifically looking to smart legal contracts. And then, of course, in the future, we want to bring all this together under the light of some GovTech, so how the industry can adopt this and how the government can adopt this emerging technology. So we hope that this will generate some evidence for legislation and will help us deal with things like situations like the financial crisis, but also how to become more productive in the construction sector, to counteract events like Brexit and this pandemic. We know that the government is interested in creating new levels of efficiency in the construction sector, and we believe this technology can be leveraged to deliver that efficiency. So what is going to happen in the next 2 days, today and tomorrow? So yesterday we had a one-day workshop. So we had 2 workshops, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Originally, we were planning parallel sessions and have 2 or 3 workshops at the Bartlett. But of course, with the pandemic, we had to run this virtually. And then we reduced also the number of hours. So we had two workshops running separately. One was on Ethereum and Solidity with Theo, and the second one was on the Accord project, but also looking to technologies like R3 Corda, which is a blockchain consortium and a blockchain technology developed for the financial services. And then we'll have our first conference day, day 2, which is the first conference day, focus on computational law. And tomorrow we'll have our final day, focus on computational management. So the workshops yesterday, I believe they went really well. Very pleased to see the participation of the community. We had quite a lot of people attending. On the Ethereum and Solidity blockchain workshop, we had Theo Dunas. He was presenting on the basic composition of smart contracts, how you create your smart contracts. But later on in that morning, we discussed how to integrate smart contracts with software like a Rhino and Grasshopper. And that was quite exciting because architects and engineers, they use Rhino and Grasshopper quite a lot to do all sorts of simulation and parametric modeling. And in the afternoon, we had the Rock, and this was a description of the Accord project and showing how to translate a contract clause into an executable code, and it was really interesting. So today and tomorrow we'll have our keynotes and discussions. We have a number of experts talking and presenting. Today we have a keynote from Professor Philip Treleaven just after this housekeeping note. And tomorrow we'll have Professor Alan Penn. With no further ado, I welcome you to the Construction Blockchain 2020. Thank you very much and welcome. And I will follow up with the first keynote from Professor Philip Treleaven. Thank you.